everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you to my subscribers and welcome to the newcomers. I hope you like what you see, and if so, please do subscribe, like, share, comment, tag me. It's very important to give it those thumbs up, so it helps to circulate the video, and by subscribing, obviously it helps to grow the channel. So I also want to thank everybody in the groups that have been supporting me, the crochet groups, and for all your beautiful comments and your advices and your opinions, because I do ask sometimes, certain patterns that I'm doing, what they think about, if there's anything I should switch and change. Before, sometimes I even do certain tutorials. It happens time to time. Like in this case with the grapes, I had done the grapes, and then I had a different design on the leaves, and posted a picture and asked for their advice, how they liked it, if there's anything I needed to change, and some of them give me their opinion and advice. And it was exactly what I had in mind in the first place, but still I like always to check in with some of them, especially with the crochet therapy group. One of my favorite groups. I will never get tired of saying it. One of the best groups there is out there. And I love those people so much. It's just one big family. Thank you so much to Karen Coffey and Karen Young, my favorite girls, of course. So we're going to start to create this beautiful grape. In my case, grapes, because I will be doing a table runner with it. So this is applicable on any pattern you like. Can use it. If you're making curtains, you can add them to the curtains for the kitchen. Certain towels for decor in the kitchen, like hand towels, the hanged up ones. Some people just like to hang these things up near the stove, as decors. I mean, there's so many ways to play with it. People that are creating for the glass pots for coffee, sugar, and flour. If you're using glass ones, you can create patterns to cover it and put this motif in front of it, stitched in, glued in. I mean, it's just beautiful. There's so many ways to work around with these motifs. So I hope you're going to enjoy this. I hope you're going to create it. And if you are interested in creating the table runner that I'm still going to create, not sure yet at this point exactly if I'm doing oval, square, or long. Sorry about the noise, people. There's like construction going around the house and the neighbor's house, and it's crazy. It's always so much noise. Okay, so I have, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. Now, you can go as big as you want on the grapes, on this shape, because there's other shapes of creating grapes. I like this because it just gives it that falling waterfall grapes. I don't know, something like that. And I think it's just perfect. You can use different colors for it. For this one, I've used the multicolored green, purple, lavender, which is like lemon lime, something like that. And we're going to create today with this one because I will be having a mixture of different color of grapes. Some grapes are red, some are like purple, and some are pitched like almost navy blue. There's the green grapes, lighter shade like lettuce. So I will be creating different colors of grapes for my pattern because I want it to be different and special as usual. Another thing I want to mention, all my threads are 100% cotton 4-ply. Now, like I mentioned in a few videos, not every country has the same thickness or thinness of the same size. My 4-ply does not necessarily mean it's the same size of thickness or thinness of your 4-ply in your country. I'm going to give you an example, like I've always been giving examples in my latest videos. So just give me a second. I hope you're going to see it properly. Trying to create my leaves here. Okay. Now, these are all 4-plies. If you notice well the difference, and they're all 100% cotton. So imagine that. So this 4-ply is thicker than this one, and this one is thicker than this one. And they're 4-ply, 100% cotton, all three of them. So it varies sometimes lot to lot. The difference may be a default somewhere on the company on creating it. I don't know. But my creams and my whites on this brand, it's always thicker than the other ones. But this is the same brand as this one. It's crazy. And it's still thinner than my cream one. So just to let you know. So imagine that if in my country I have different sizes of the same number 4-ply of thickness that is different, imagine yours. It could be very possible that it's completely different. Now, if you're in the States or Canada, or maybe you can order from Amazon if you're interested, I don't know. My 4-ply is identical, same thickness as Aunt Lydia number 3 cotton. Exactly the same. I've worked with Aunt Lydia for years and years in and years out. Number 3, perfect. If you're planning to make smaller and smaller patterns or smaller grapes, because it's going to give you those little tiny little grapes, it's also perfect for patterns. You can go, if you want a little bit bigger, you can go up more on the rows. Use number 10 and Lydia, which is thinner, much thinner thread by half, and it will give you a smaller pattern about this size for the same amount of rows. But if you want it bigger, then you can extend on the rows. And if it's just to put on little motifs here and there, just for decoration, what's perfect for it. This size is perfect, like I said, for bigger patterns, for bigger decors, okay? And of course, if you want to go thicker and bigger on the leaves, well, then you go with a 6-ply. No leaves or grapes, 6-ply would be a much bigger grape, much bigger on everything, thickness and all. So we're going to get started. Also, before I forget, sometimes I'm in my bubble stitching away as usual, and I sometimes forget that I'm just, recording. So I'm talking as you're here, but not on the recording. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just looking at my patterns in crochet. So sometimes I get carried away, and I'm a fast crocheter, if you want to call it that way, and I forget that I'm recording. Sometimes it's too fast for you. For some of you that are still beginning, or not even just the fact of beginning, you just used to crocheting slow. If you go up top on the right side, there's 3 little dots. You click on there, go into setting. And setting, you can slow down the video as much as you want. I think there's 3 or 4 options to slow it down. So that might help you to follow the tutorial easier than me remembering to slow down on my stitch. It's just a bad habit I have for so many years stitching. Started at 6 years old, so it's, it's been years. It's just how I am. And I apologize for that. Another thing is, I'm still learning the crochet codes, so please bear with me. Don't judge me for not knowing certain names of stitches in English yet, because I'm still learning them. Thank you, Nancy Strand, for helping me out with the codes. And I think I've come a long way with it. It was quite a battle from the beginning. My God, when I look back at my first videos, I had no idea of the code. So I'm just explaining my own little way, the best that I knew how to, like a slip stitch, I would say, into this tiny, tiny, tiny little hole. I mean, can you imagine people, like I had no idea it was called a slip stitch, but now I do. So please bear with me with some of the codes. And then again, I hear that some codes vary from country to country. Different countries use different names of codes, so that's even more complicated. But I'll just stick to what I know now, so I hope you could understand me. And please be patient with me. Thank you so much, everybody. We're going to get started on this grape. Okay, everyone. So the first thing we're going to do is the magic ring. Just turn once on your 2 fingers. And you would just put it to that side, bring it in, and just hold it and do your first chain. Close it up a bit so you can have control of grabbing them. And we're going to go up 3 chain. This would be considered a double crochet. Inside of here, we're going to do 8 more. So we're going to have a total of 9 double crochet. So do your 9. So I did my 9. I decided to go with the purple, almost lavender, almost. So you can see the stitch clearly because it can be a little bit tricky at the beginning. 2 chain. And you have to be extremely attention because it can be a bit tricky as we go up rows until you get the hang of it. You might have to look at the video a few times, rewind to get the hang of it. So we're going to do 9 more double crochet. But once you get the hang of it, you're going to do that with your eyes closed, flying colors. It just looks very complicated at the beginning, but it really isn't. It's a question of getting used to. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So now we've done 9, 2 chain. Don't loosen too much on your chains. Tighten as much as you can because we don't want it to be a big space on the middle here. And then 9 more double crochet. Now we're going to pull on our chain and we're going to close it up like that. We don't want a big hole, so you close it up firmly. Now we're going to do 1, 2, 3 chain. We're going to go inside of the first one here, this first double crochet, the last one that we did, and we're going to do, so we're going to go inside of here, get you closer, and do another double crochet. We're going to do 1, 2 chain. We're going to come in the corner here and do another double crochet. And we're going to go right in the center here between and do another double crochet. Now 1, 2, 3 chain. Inside of this first double crochet, we're going to do 8 more double crochets. We're going to have a total of 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And you turn your work so it can be easier to work on. We're going to do 2 chain. Don't loosen it too much. For people that have a very tight loose stitch, do only 1 chain. We're going to work on this one here now. So we're going to turn our work to the side and create 9 more double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. We're going to go in the center we're on the back part, and we're going to do a single crochet right in between. Now we need to make sure that our grapes are going to be turned to the front. So we have the 2 double crochets here. We need to work on this one here. So what do? We're going to turn our work to the front, and we're going to work on it like that, and turn your work so it can be easier for you. And we're going to do the 9 double crochets inside. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 2 chains, tighten it up. For some of you, use 1 chain only if your stitch is too loose. And now we're going to work on the side one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now we're going to do 1, 2, and 3. We're going to come and add another one right here in the corner, because now we got to create row 3. 2 chain, don't loosen it too much. We're going to come where we have our single crochet in between both of them and do another single crochet. Oops. Give me a second there, and do a double crochet and another double crochet in the same space. One, 2, right on the corner. Another double crochet, and inside of the corner another double crochet. So you're pretty much preparing to create your spaces to create the 3rd row. One, 2, 3, and 8 more inside of here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you've done your 9 double crochets. We're going to do 2 chain, 2. We're going to work on this one here. So we need to turn our work and work 9 more. So it's always 9 double crochets to create the grapes, like I said. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now we're going to come in between and do a single crochet. We're going to turn our work because we're on the back part. We need to work on this one here so it can be facing the front. Turn our work, and we're going to come here and create 9 double crochets. 2, 3, so you turn your work to the side. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 1, 2 chain. Now we need to work on this one here, right? And you turn your work again to the side because now it's facing the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. We're going to turn it to the back again, and between where we have the 2 chain stitch, we're going to do a single crochet. Now we are facing the back, and because we are facing the back, we need to work on the front. So we need to on this one right here. We have 2, right? So you need to turn your work to the front, and you need to go inside and do your 9 double crochet. So you'll be working, having the grapes facing the front. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 chain, 1 chain for some of you that have a loose stitch. Now we're going to work on the next double crochet there, and we're going to create 9 again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. One, 2, 3. Come inside of this first one here in the corner. 2 double crochet, 1, 2 chain, in between the grapes we're going to create 2 more double crochet. 1, 2, 1, 2 chain again, in between the grapes where we have the single crochet. We're going to create 2 more double crochet. We're preparing for row 4. 1, 2 chain. We're going to come here at the last one, right on the corner, and create 2 more double crochet and 1 inside. One, 2, 3 chain inside of the first double crochet, create 8 more. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2 chain. Turn your work to the front, to the side I should say, and we're going to work on this one here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we are in the back. We are going to do a single crochet in between. And now we need to work to the front. So we need to work on this one here. So we need to turn our work and do 9 double crochets inside. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 2 chain. Now we need to work on this one here, right? And turn your work to the side. It'll be easier to work. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. We need to turn to the back. This is the back part. We're going to do a single crochet in between where we have the 2 chain. We need to work on this one here again, so we need to turn our work sideways and create 9 double crochet. Now if you pay attention carefully, you should get it with no problem. If you have difficulties, rewind, put the video slower if you like, and you'll see how easy it is. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 2 chain. Now we need to work on the side one here. So we need to turn our pattern to the front sideways. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I'm going to turn our pattern to the back where we have the 2 chain in between. We're going to do a single. This is the back part. And now we need to come and work on the last 2 here, which we need to come and work on this one here. So we need to turn our pattern to the front and sideways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 1, 2 chain. I'm going to work on the last one here. Turn it sideways in the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we did 1 row, 2 row, 3 row, 4 row. We're going to create the double crochets for a 5th row. So 1, 2, 3 on the corner here. 1 more double crochet. 1, 2 chain in between the grapes. We have that single crochet that we do. We're going to create 2 more on the same space on the single crochet. So 2 chain. Next space where we have the single, again 2 more double crochet. Keep pulling my thread here. 1, 2 chain. On the space between the grapes we have the single, and we're going to create 2 more double crochets here. 1, 2, 1, 2 chain. Where we have the grape, the last grape, right on the corner, double crochet, and in between the 2 double crochets here, another double crochet. One, 2, 3. Inside of the first, because we are facing the front, I'm going to create 8 more in here, so total 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 2 chain. We need to work, don't forget we are in the front, so now we need to work on this one here. So we're going to turn our pattern. We're going to come in, turn it sideways, make it easier to work, and create our 9. Five, 6, 7, 8, and 9. We're going to turn our pattern to the back where we have the space here with the 2 chains. We're going to do a single, and then we need to work on this one here. We are on the back, so we need to bring it to the front. So we need to turn it, and we need to go in it sideways and work 9 double crochet. I think you guys should get it by now. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 2 chain. We need to work on this one here. Turn your work sideways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Turn our work to the back. We're going to come in between where the chains are and do a single. And now we need to work on this one here. So we're on the back part. We need to turn it to the front. And we need to come in between the 2 double crochets and start creating 9 again. 8 and 9. 2 chain. Now we need to work on this one here. Turn your work. And do 9 double crochets again. Eight and 9. So you open your pattern to the back and you come between the 2 stitch here, 2 chain, and do a single. We need to work on this one, right? So turn it to the front sideways and create your 9 double crochet, because this is facing the front already. You don't want them facing the back, so you have to keep turning your pattern. You're working those V's, those double crochets, the 2 double crochets. Nine. So we need to work this one here. If you look at it, right, this is the front. Okay. So now we need to work this double crochet here to go up. So we need to turn it. One, 2 chain, and turn it sideways and create your 9. Okay, turn the pattern to the back where we have the 2 chain stitch. We're going to do a single, and then we need to come and work on this first one here. So we need to turn our pattern to the front, come in between the double crochets here, and start creating your 9. So I'll meet you at the end. 9, 2 chains, and then going up on the last one, 9. I'll meet you there. Okay, so we pretty much finished doing the 5th row. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one I have 6 rows because my thread is thinner. This one, like I showed you earlier, the thread is a little bit thicker. So I'm going to stop here with the thicker thread at the 5th row. If you look at it, there's not much difference of sizes. Just put it here like that. You see that? So I have 6 rows on the bottom one here, and I have 5 rows on this one here, because my thread is thicker, so obviously it makes the pattern bigger. So that was a good decision to make it with this color anyway, because the thread is a little bit thicker. So I'm going to stop here at this one. And I'm going to come in to close it up with not even, no, okay. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Pull my stitch through and fix up the loose ends because I like to have it fixed up at once. So I will be using different colors of grapes for this pattern. I'm not sure how I'm going to create it yet, but all I know, it will have grapes, that's for sure. So just make a few ties here and there, split your thread in half, pass it through some of the loops back here. And cut the excess off. And the same thing with the beginning here. Now, you can add leaves to it like I did, or you could just leave it as is. It's up to you. Pass through some of the loops here in the bottom. And I always like to make a knot on my patterns just to make sure that nothing comes apart. Always, every time I cut thread anywhere in my patterns, I make a knot through it and then pass a little bit more of the thread through some of the loops just to be more secure. Of course, I have the tendency always to have, I like to use a smaller needle because it won't leave, if you use the thicker needle, it's going to leave bigger holes on these loops, and I don't want bigger holes, so it's a little bit more difficult to get your thread or your needle through it because it's thinner, so it pulls on the other thread, you know. But no worries, we manage. Okay. So you fix up a little bit your grapes. Obviously, it's all bundled up from now. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 little edges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the leaves. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this side has 3. So I am completing the 4, which I'll leave the link below to this leaf if you want to add leaves to it. You can, and I'll leave it below so you can, if you don't know how to do it, you can learn to do it, to add onto basically any flowers, any patterns that you are creating. I think they're just perfect for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to have 5 loops. 2 chain here. The only difference on the tutorial of these leaves is I did at the beginning a 17 chain for length. They're bigger leaves. These ones for this size is 14 chain instead of 17 chain. So make sure that you understand they're not as long. On the tutorial, they're longer. So the longer the chain, the longer the leaf. These ones are 14 chain at the beginning. So I'm at the middle. I'm going to turn my grapes around. Now, those ones I did on the third, on the middle, because there's 6. So in the middle of the grapes, 3 on one side, 3 on the other. I did exactly in between the space. These ones only have 5, so I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to do right the edge here of the grape, and I'm going to add it on here. Because I'm on my last row of the leaf, so you know to add on you have to be doing the last row. And you always have to add back to back when you're adding pieces on. So here's our middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 chain here. Slip stitch and another slip stitch. Okay guys, so I created my other leaf. I've attached it here on the corner, leaving 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 space out. And now I'm going to attach it one to another. So I'm grabbing the back, get you closer. I'm grabbing the back loop here with the first loop here. So like that. So you can put them together. You grab the back and the first. The back. And the first. So back and the first single crochet, back, first single crochet, back and first single crochet, back and first single crochet. Now I'm here at the corner, and now I'm going to attach it back to back. I'm going to skip this space here. Okay, so let me just see, 1, 2. So you have 1, 2, and I'm going to attach it right on here. So I'm skipping this space here in the middle and I'm attaching it in here because I don't want the leaves too far apart with a single. And I have to continue to do my single crochets. And you know you always leave 2 at the end behind. Pull our string, go through any of the loops. I tuck the other thread that I didn't, which I usually do, but since I'm trying to not take too much space on the recording, trying to advance here. Doesn't matter where you go in the back. And I'm going to make a knot here. And cut the excess off. This way. Because you're supposed to have the 3D, sorry. Just back it up a bit. You're supposed to have this 3D up frontwards, not this back part. The back part you can almost fit your finger through it. This one you can't. This is like a 3D coming up. So this is what it is. And now I'm just going to do the little green one. So the green one is 20 chain. Very simple. And we're going to do single crochets on each loop. So you make 20 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you've done your 20 chain. And now you'd come on each one of them and do 2 single crochets, and you count until your 26th one. So 2 in here, we make 2, next space, 3, same space, 4, next space, 5, same space, 6, so it's 2 per space, next space, 7, same space, 8, next space, 9, same space, 10, next space, 11, same space, 12, until 26. So after doing 26 single crochets, 2 per each, the rest we're doing 1 per each. Okay, so after doing 26, 2 per each, we're doing 1 per each. So next space single, next space single, next space single, next space single, and then you would come and let me just tie it in here a bit. So I'm going to cut my thread. You could either go directly with your crochet and stick it in, or you can cut your thread if you find it's too difficult. And right on the center, you'd pull the loop through it, the chain or the string. Good God, I couldn't find the word. Okay. So you pull the string through it. You can tie it up. So make sure you leave string at the beginning if you're doing it this way, or you can just go directly and crochet it right in there with a single crochet. Some people have a hard time doing it in between stitches, so that's why I'm showing you also this way, because for some people it's easier, you know, so you try to come up with the best way for people. So now I'm gonna pull my strings to the back. Okay, pull the other one to the back. So now I got my strings on the back, and I'm just going to go through one of the loops here from the leaf, and I'm just going to tie it on, okay? So after you make 2 knots on the front, bring it to the back, get it around one of the leaves here, and make 2, 3 knots on it. You can cut your thread and you're safe. Okay? So we got this one in. I'll make 1 more knot. So I have 3 knots. I already have 2 in the front and 3 back here. And I should be good. Now I'm just going to pull through a little bit and make 1 more here on this one. So better be safe than sorry. This is not going to come out anyway. It's got enough knots in there as it is, but I like to make sure that everything's okay. Okay. So now we got our first little joy here. And then, you know, you fix it up the way you want to onto your pattern. Now, usually what I do is I glue it in and just put on the glue, heat it up a bit. I'm going to heat up the glue a bit and come right back. Okay, guys, so I did my other one too. Another thing you can do is, if you don't want them to be out like that, you can pretty much lie them straight and you'll get the right size of amount. And you can grab a little piece of the same string as the from the back, the one that you did the leaf, which is the lettuce green, bring a piece of string like that. You don't have to be counting stitches, how you're going to stitch it in and things like that. So you can just bring the string to the back like that in both patterns. And you tie it up just like that. Not going to go anywhere. And your pattern is flat on it without breaking your head to count stitches. And it's so easy to just do this. And just grab a bit of the string and pull it through a loop or two back here. So don't forget, this is going to be facing the pattern that you are adapting on. So it's not like this is going to be showing, because it's going to be flat on the pattern once you stitch it in, glue it in, however you want to deal with it. Okay, and then you do the same thing to this side. So try not to be too far away from you. So many little pieces of string here. Okay, and then no, wrong one. So you're tying your pattern on the back, so nothing is showing up front. Give it a good 3 knots. Like that. Pretty much done. Just don't forget, once this is going on the pattern, it's going flat this way. It's not like, you know. Okay, let me turn on again my you fix this the way you'd like to, you know, you don't have to necessarily have the same way as I do. Whatever fits for you. I'd like them to be facing this way. So one's going to be turned backwards, which is okay. Doesn't make any difference on the pattern, really. And now we have the hot gun, which I'm waiting for it to. You don't need much, you just need like a little bit and you're okay. You don't need much of glue to be putting this on. And then you can give it a few stitches in, you know, because once you're going to wash it, you don't want this glue to be falling apart. So you stitch in a few pieces here and there, nothing biggie. This is just to settle it in, so you can, once you're going to stitch it, at least it's not going to move anywhere, you know, you're going to give your stitch properly on there. And this is it, people. So now we have our grapes. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial and be part of this journey for the newcomers. I thank you so much, and please do subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. Give it those thumbs up. It helps to circulate the video. And I'll see you shortly for the tutorial of this grape table runner. If you're going to follow me, then subscribe. You'll get the notification. Don't forget to hit that notification bell for the new uploads, and I'll be with you shortly with the tutorial on the table runner. Thank you so much.